Okay, guys. Here, 2-0 is good, okay? Guys, I give you instruction in the dressing room. They have an acclaim match, okay? Good luck. God bless you.
Ireland won the Three Nations, but France win the Six Nations, the Triple Crown, but not the Six Nations for Ireland. 48-46 in Paris. France beat England. What a dramatic climax to the rugby. But the Irish fight fans are celebrating a wonderful night here, and it's not over yet. Fantastic matchup. Now they get down to business, and they're very, very different. The tall super featherweight Anthony Cacace, hoping to become a two-time world champion. And the man defending it, the southpaw with the neat skills, Jazza Dickens.
Brilliant clash of styles, it really is. And, you know, a lot been spoken about the size of Cacace, but I must say Jazza Dickens, he looks broad, he looks wide, he looks stocky, unfazed. Really is up for grabs here. Winner stays on, as I say. Intrigued to see who's going to hold the centre of the ring. We've already seen moments where both have tried to be on the front foot. Who can sustain it? Who can be the boss?
It's obvious what Jazza got to get close and Anthony got to keep him at bay. That would be the obvious thing. But how do you get inside that reach for Jazza Dickens? There's an uppercut waiting for you. So for him, there's two stages to his attack, and you've got to get in, change the angle before he lets the punches go with conviction. And for Cacace, that jab's got to be constantly pumping out, whether it's a weapon or a rangefinder or just judging the distance to keep Jazza from walking forward. It's got to be out constantly, all the time, forcing Dickens to get low onto that uppercut.
Looking for the body early. 15 knockouts for Dickens, 9 for Cacace. It's extraordinary, Darren, that at 34 and 37, two lighter weight fighters are in this sort of form at this stage.
Incredible, and there's a lot to take away from it. You know, keep working hard, keep believing, and you know, you can make special things happen, and these two are a testament of that.
I don't think they've had form throughout their career. I don't think their form has ever been bad. Cacace, obviously, you know, only that one defeat early in his career against Martin Ward, your gym mate. Was a really good fighter, by the way. And Jazza, has been really good, but he's lost against really good fighters. So
the perseverance, how much they've dedicated their lives to this sport. Body shots from Cacace in this first round. Dickens just trying to use his maybe edge in speed and rhythm. Look at that. The red trunks of Anto Cacace. Parents from Italy and from Belfast. I met some of them in Naples, some of the Italian wing of the Cacace army. Jazza Dickens, an example for any young pro out there.
Just in the orthodox stance, Cacace, and needs to get that left foot across if he's trying to find the home for that right hand. But never gets greedy, very intelligent.
They're going to get that southpaw jab going. Dickens and the left hand in and out, raining tactics. Cacace has that reach and the right hand is dangerous. Nip and tuck. Barry, did you expect that?
Yeah, I did a little bit. I mean, but because that jab's constant for Cacace, you know, he's not landing with it. It's making Dickens throw from too far out, and that's what's happening. He's just overreaching ever so slightly, so he's got to just be...
First sign of that long jab from Cacace, just giving himself more room. The body shots are obviously the tactics to slow Dickens down. Dickens back though with a left hook to the body himself, so interesting early exchanges here.
And that's that right hand there from Cacace on the type, got the foot on the outside on that occasion.
Sort of dictate, if you like, from the centre of the ring.
Oh,
lovely right hand.
I'm not sure if the feet got tangled up there or he genuinely stumbled Cacace there. There was a lovely short right hook there from Jazza Dickens.
Yeah, he followed it up with a combination as well, Cacace.
Well, up until that point, I thought Cacace kept him quite quiet for most of the round, without having much success himself. But the only telling punch really from Dickens
tight first 6 minutes. Let's get over to Dev. Let's make that happen for Katie Taylor and the whole of Ireland, the gem of the Emerald Isle, who in this arena got that revenge over Chantel Cameron. And what a win against Amanda Serrano in America in the trilogy. She just is a one-off.
Legend, absolute legend. Have a look at Cole Frampton's scorecard here. I have it the same there. I had Dickens winning that second round.
Yep, I think that's about right. It's a close fought contest from the opening bell, as we expected. WBA Super Featherweight Championship on the line. Finally, Jazza Dickens, 9 stone 4 division, just turns southpaw. He does that a fair bit. Cacace, switch hitter.
Well, it might work for him, because I've just noticed that when it was orthodox, you don't have to get your foot on the outside, but Jazza was, and he was beating the taller fighter to the target with the jab, and that's because Cacace was coming on the inside and he was coming over the top.
To start changing the levels a little bit, see if he can draw Dickens in that way.
Left hand from Dickens.
See, when Dickens gets close, I think he should stay there. I mean, he has the footwork to spin around the target either direction, and then he just puts Cacace under a little bit of pressure physically. Because a taller fighter will stand tall, and that's what you want him to do. Get really tall on his toes. He's a weaker target. You've got more target to hit yourself.
He's got footwork. Fight number 42, round number 265. Astonishing, really. Cacace coming forward, but gets picked off.
Cacace now trying to impose his size into this contest. A nice overhand left hook there.
Sort of as comfortable at super feather. Cacace, how long can he continue grinding his body down at 5'2"? That's a nice shot though, as Dickens went in, but he says, come on no, I'm not worried about that, I'm defending my title, and we'll have a little rough and tumble. We're going to meet each other next, but they are. Cracking fight, April 25th in France. It's a good one here. Left hook from Cacace. Maybe the best punch of the fight so far, but Dickens took it. And he's boxing well, Jazza, still.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's never going to be disheartened, is he, at all, Jazza Dickens? You know, he's always switched on, always focused, always looking to fire back with counters. His hand speed, very impressive here this evening.
In hard fights, won and lost, so he knows all those feelings and what it takes to go through those.
Against really good fighters,
of course, yeah.
And the power shots from Cacace, it's a real fight of, well, intelligent tactics, cat and mouse, different styles, lots of smiling and respect between the pair.
You got to be careful here, Cacace. He's just pushing the punches, but he's just slowed down with the speed of the shots, like he's... See, Cacace not really committing. I know that might be trying to set him up, but I think throughout, especially in the last round, they've showed it. Just not really committing to any shot as yet.
Good defense again.
Better.
Cacace just having some trouble at times working out where the southpaw angles are going to come from.
You know, the acceleration, the velocity, because he's so long.
I just think that the fact that he's struggling to get into a rhythm with that lead hand is stopping any real danger coming Dickens' way at the minute.
That's good there from Dickens. He's going to come in low, didn't he? Swooped in and throw a combination.
He's going to do everything he can to defend it. He's also 3 years younger at 34. Moving well, body shots. I like what I see here from Jazza Dickens.
It's just a bit more, as I've already said, variation. He's just changing up the direction of the shots. He's moving nicely to either side, moving his head, not getting greedy, not getting carried away or reckless.
It's better for Cacace, a little adjustment of the feet there, get on the right-hand side there of Dickens.
And although he wasn't committing to that lead hand, at least he was using it to find the range.
Cacace smiles, although Dickens got that one. You have to score it neutrally. How's that going?
Oh, the shot.
I have it level, but Anto's just hurt him. I'll let you take over again, boys.
So good left hook there from Cacace.
Yep. Got through there. with a decent shot.
Clever though from Dickens, because he got hurt when it was a temple shot, but he got really close to the target.
A mini breakthrough for Cacace, and there's big shots here in round number 5, and suddenly he might have found an answer here. Cacace with the long arms. For the first time really in the fight, Jazza Dickens. So close to the opening 4, but his boxing, well, the rhythm has gone here, Dickens, because Cacace has broken through.
Yeah, look at the commitment to the attacks now from Cacace. Lovely variation there, doing the right thing. Dickens, who lands a good overhand right, but this is good shot selection, a menace from Cacace.
Left eye closing of Jazza Dickens. Bumps and bruises, he's had them all before. Cacace switching, orthodox and southpaw. The long levers, Barry.
Yeah, nobody ever could there from Cacace.
He's having a great round here. Best of the fight for Anthony Cacace. However, the scores are level. Maybe Dickens 1 up or something up to this stage. Found that he has the power advantage.
Yeah, there was a lovely reverse 1-2 a moment ago. He threw the left there, really stabbing right hand. Look at Jazza Dickens, doing the right thing, crouching, jab down, changing the levels, keeping the hands high, looking for the hooks over the top.
Cacace wasn't known as a big puncher, but what he did to Joe Cordina.
But he can punch and he always keeps throwing his career. It was amazing how he wasn't stopping more people than his record showed. But
Jazza Dickens.
Nice work there for Cacace.
That's what he's got to be doing with that right hand. Keep it straight down the middle.
You know what he's doing, guys? He's bossing it now, Cacace, and he wasn't before. That's the difference.
But keeping it long, then it's throwing long. I think that's important for him.
They've got some work to do in that Dickens corner over the far side. Big 3 minutes for Anthony Cacace. Dev, how's Ryan Garner seeing it?
It looked like he was working a lot there. Jazza starts looking and marking up a lot there.
How do you see this playing out now for the rest of the fight?
Well, I always said at the start, everyone asked me in interviews, how do you see it playing out? I thought Jazza would start strong, Cacace would come on strong. And that's exactly what's happening in my eyes. I think, like you say, Cacace is starting to find his range, and obviously he's very heavy-handed. And if I'm honest, Jazza ain't really doing much, really. Like, do you know what I mean? He's fidgeting a lot, but he ain't really doing much.
Anthony Cacace has lost once a long time ago, but he aims to become a 2-time world champion. He literally rushed out of the red corner.
Cacace know that he's fine, he's okay, you've had your moment, but I'm back in this now. All about showing positive body language.
Just means you don't panic when you're under some sort of pressure or you've been hurt. You're more likely to be able to compose yourself for the next round, rather than try too hard to win it back and then get caught coming forward with a silly mistake.
What he's doing better now, Cacace, is he's starting with the straight shots, then finishing with the hooks, as opposed to it being the other way around. He's having a lot more success. Look at the jabs landing now, starting to find a home for that lead hand.
Yeah, Dickens didn't land a jab in the 5th round, but at the moment, the range of Cacace with that long right hand. Body shot as well, good from Cacace. Dickens comes back with his own combination. He's looking for Cacace. He wants to back him up in the corners, unleash volleys of punches.
He's got to be careful doing that, Cacace, leading with the body shots out of range. Someone like Jazza Dickens, he's so smart, he'll find the openings.
Especially against the southpaw, he's going to throw that long left hand over the top to follow the punch back.
Just stabs his nose a couple of times, Dickens. Could affect the breathing as we go along. Not even halfway through. Nice jab from Cacace. He's just got his range. He's settled down now. Good left hand back from Dickens. But where are the combinations? Good jab again from Dickens. He's just trying to steady the ship, isn't he, in this round?
And I think he's done the right thing as well, where he's positioned himself in the ring. You know, it's kind of stopped Cacace from working. It's been more positive front foot movement from Dickens.
Of this WBA 9 Stone 4 Championship, just forging ahead on Carl's unofficial card.
And it's fascinating, isn't it? You just can't take your eyes off of this one. At any moment, you feel one of them could land, which they have done.
It's high-level pugilistic chess, and for the connoisseurs, it's a fascinating one.
And all these fidgety movements from Dickens are the right thing. They have wanted the right thing. And it's stopping Cacace from really pulling the trigger. But he's got to try and make a headway to have some success with his own work off that. And I think just putting that chest over that front knee a little bit more.
Yeah, keep that right hand tight. Already seen Cacace looking for that left hook. He's got to keep that Anthony Cacace, that chin at all. And that's what he does so well, Jazza Dickens.
It's almost like a sway back and forth, isn't it? But he jumps back into the attack really quick.
Up, down, and then it's the defence afterwards that's impressive.
Dickens, who turned pro way back in January 2011, notching up the wins early doors in Liverpool and the surrounding northwest, but he's a much-loved traveller who's taken fights all over the globe. Bases himself in Dubai these days. He actually flew over. Did you see the shots of that? Amazing to get out shots back safely.
He's having a lot of success with his right hand now, Cacace, and he's sort of targeting the chest of Dickens. And what Dickens has done is a couple of times he's dipped into the right hand, so he's sort of hitting the right area, Cacace.
Distracted by the little movements of Dickens. He's just staying a bit patient, isn't he? So as Dickens gets in the range, then he's throwing. That's why I say Dickens doing those little fidgety movements need to be over the front knee a little bit more. A little more purposeful with those movements.
Yeah, I think Cacace thought Dickens would be all good, but now might be the other way around. So many good in this modern generation.
Oh, good shot. Well done the gate there from Cacace, right hand, left hook.
Beginning of the 8th, I'm going to bring in another fabulous lighter-weight fighter, Carl Frampton. You're very near the Cacace corner. What are they thinking?
I think they're telling him the right things. They think they're in front, but they know Jazza's still in this fight. They're asking Anto to keep on with the jab.
Jazza Dickens proved it over the years. Robust, clever. But he's got a flow, hasn't he? More combinations, more crisp work from Dickens.
He's picked his shots a lot easier in the last few rounds. The accuracy's been good. That's the reverse one too they were asking for in the corner. Tricky shot, sorry, Barry, to defend when you're a southpaw. When you're leading with your right, finishing with your left.
He's definitely landed the more eye-catching punches, hasn't he, the Belfast guy?
Trying to get his feet a little bit closer then throw, which makes sense. But now he's throwing from further out, which is not allowing Dickens to throw with him.
You see that?
What about down the stretch, the championship rounds? Will it worry Team Cacace about the making the super featherweight for so long, or is it that experience? And Dickens is so good at 12 rounds.
Well, he's controlling the pace here at the minute, Cacace. So in that case, then no. I mean, if Dickens can, all these little movements, if he can make these movements unsettle Cacace, then maybe down the stretch he's struck.
Going back to the weight as well, it never gets easier, it does get harder.
All those years ago when he fought Keanu Rigondeaux. Wow. Jazza Dickens, he served his time, hasn't he?
Yeah, I was there, man. That was unbelievable.
May 23rd, live only on DAZN. Peter Fury also trains Granis Kraus, great light heavyweight prospect. What a good division that is, 12 stone 7 brigade. This one is absolutely on fire. The 9 stone 4. And at the moment, Carl Frampton believes Anthony Cacace is going to get home. He's 4 up on that unofficial card, 4 to go. Both seem fresh still.
Yeah, plenty left in the tank for sure. Will either they'll opt for a change in pace. I don't think they will. They're trying to outwit one another, aren't they? Trying to land that cleaner shot as opposed to work off volume.
So he got tangled up there, Cacace. It was his own fault. Because he put that front foot right in the middle of the stance there of Dickens. For no, why would you want to do that for? You're volunteering your chin, and also then you got turned around and Dickens jumps on you. But again, all these movements from Dickens, I still think he's got to be bringing that chest over that front knee.
Tall frame of Cacace. That is the shot, though. If he wants to go low, you've got to watch out for that uppercut.
Yeah, but if he slips low, he can put his head, because he's a southpaw, on the outside of the jab, and then throw that left hand like bowling over the top. You slide your front foot close, then Cacace's tall, and then you wrap the shot over the top.
Yeah, double it up.
I mean, a little bit. Are we heard better guess yet?
Cacace just complains there to the referee. Was that a clash of heads? He didn't like that at all, Cacace. Dickens doesn't care. He says, let's get on with it.
It's been very positive, this, from Dickens. He's having a good round here.
Yeah, marked under both eyes with a nice left hand. And Cacace just having to ship a few punches here. Back end of the ninth. Is there a twist?
Sorry, that's good feints there from Dickens. Lovely with the feet.
Good body language from Jazza Dickens too. And Cacace just losing his footing, his ground. Something really annoyed him. I don't know whether that was a clash or a tangle, but Jazza Dickens took... Yeah, that was a nasty bump, and but Jazza Dickens just got on with it, didn't he?
It's almost the shot has brought the head closer to Dickens. Coming right round the side, yeah, it's really unsettled Anthony Cacace, but it's really, on the flip side, spurred on.
Jazza Dickens, who won his world title at 34, Anthony Cacace at 35. Two of the oldest, I think, to get their hands on the top prize. Just shows what resilience and dedication can do. They're in tip-top shape as they enter the 10th round. Who's trained that little bit harder? Who's got the tricks late on? One back on Carl's card to Jazza Dickens. It was a good 9th round, particularly the second half of that. How's Cacace going to respond?
But I think, again, it's that mental side that you've got to just take the momentum away from Dickens here now, if you can. And for Dickens, you've got to just keep that pressure on. Try and keep that panic on Cacace. I tell you what, Cacace's kind of fuming about not bringing the punches up through the middle.
Yeah, that shot is there. It is, you know, for the shorter man, when you're tall, it's a vulnerable shot to throw, so you have to be very selective with when you throw it.
Raiding again. Different sort of scorecards tonight, haven't there? The John O'Carroll, Colin Murphy, 4-4 and 6. One way that way. What are the three WBA officials thinking and feeling at ringside? Deep into this one. Good movement from Dickens. Didn't land at all there, Cacace, and back comes the Liverpudlian. I think he's had a second wind here, Jazza Dickens.
The way he commits to the shot, Jazza Dickens, and it's allowed him, I feel, really sharp and committed. You're still seeing that now in the 10th round.
Good shot from Dickens. He's missing more, Cacace. Not got that same precision that he did. A good body shot again from Dickens.
Without doing much as well. He's not doing a lot here. Just the accuracy is not quite there for Cacace.
Yeah, just frustrated since that head clash, really. Anthony Cacace might have given away those last couple of rounds.
Yeah, I thought Anto won that round, the last round, pretty convincingly, if I'm being honest. But Jazza's trying to start fast here, as he does in a lot of the rounds. But I still think I have Anto a few rounds up.
This is what he's got to do. He's got to hold the centre of the ring, Cacace. This is where he has his success, when he's pushing Dickens back. Again, that lead with the right, finish with the left. Stab that right into the body as well of Dickens, he's been doing that really well to Cacace. He's been throwing that straight left really well to the body.
Single shots from Jazza Dickens. Is that a problem for the judges?
But when Dickens goes to the body, leads to the body with either hand, it makes Cacace just retreat automatically. He doesn't do anything but retreat. If Dickens gets quick in his feet, then the second phase, get his feet a little bit quicker.
Make your opponent miss, then go. It's the same for both here.
That's where Dickens' exit's important, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's the shorter guy, he's got to roll out from a different angle.
He's got to go for it, really, Jazza Dickens. I thought a couple of rounds ago there was signs, but Cacace comes back with a good combination. And again. And if he takes this round, it could leave Dickens needing maybe a knockout.
Good shot there from Dickens.
That was intelligent there from Cacace. 2 shots, 3 shots, 1 shot. All unanswered from Dickens.
High intense fight this. You're right what you said a few rounds ago, Dan. You can't take your eyes off it. Nothing particularly dramatic has happened, but it's just a really good watch of highly skilled boxers.
Nice little screw shot there from Jazza Dickens. I think they both negated each other in many ways, with the feints and with the threat of what might come.
And the front foot as well. It's really stopped one another trying to get into a rhythm with the lead hand, which is so important, we know that, to find your target with the rear hand. But look at these guys again. Just look at the hold on there, Cacace.
Yeah, but he made sure he got 2 punches on target first before he held. So nothing came back.
Both missing there, negating each other at times. Out of range though, Dickens. A smart from Cacace, who must believe that he's at 37 going to continue. Will he become a 2-time super featherweight champion? Massive fights ahead. The likes of John O'Carroll and Ryan Garner here. Lee Wood, of course, after his big win over Josh Warrington. It's a crackling division. Other world champions. Here comes Jazza Dickens. I mean, he's not going to go out without a right mighty effort in this final round.
Tell you what, he's made of hard stuff, he really is. Heart of a lion. Many wrote him off going into this. Thought Cacace's size of power would be too much and he'd get overwhelmed in this last round.
See, Cacace doesn't want to make any mistakes, but he can't allow Jazza Dickens to do all good shots. To do what he's doing, don't come forward, he's got to give you some resistance, which he did.
Juicy right hand there, and that's maybe been the difference at times. Cacace landing these long looping shots, and Dickens feeling the power a couple of times. No knockdowns.
That's
12 rounds of really good action.
That's the shot, even though he's out of distance there, Dickens, that's the shot. Go low, throw high. But you've got to get that front foot closer, you've got to slide in the distance.
I tell you what, these two, they had so much respect for each other before the first bell. Double that after they've shared a 12 rounds for the world title.
Evenly matched. Been a good watch this, it really has.
No knockdown, some of Dickens fans getting excited in the crowd. It's a good mix tonight. Cacace's brought plenty from Belfast on his sort of homecoming to the Emerald Isle after so many fights on the road. Jazza Dickens digging in. He believes Dublin's his second city. They put on a high-octane, intelligent chess match. Here comes Dickens. What's left in the tank? Very, very late on. He tries the body shot.
He's been smart here, Cacace. He's just stopped Dickens working. Some little feints with the hands, just making him wary of what might come back if he commits. And it's just stopped Dickens letting the hands go.
And he's locked on his feet, isn't he? So he can just move away. Just create that space that Dickens doesn't want.
Clever movement from Cacace. Takes a shot back. but he's controlled the ring for large patches of this fight. Dickens has been highly competitive, but has he raided enough? Probably not. Anthony Cacace for us is the new world champion. Jazza Dickens, I think, knows. It could be fairly wide. 3 judges will surely be unanimous on this.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Olena Pobibilo scores it 115 to 113. Judge Jan Christensen scores it 116 to 112. And Judge Giuseppe Quartarone scores it 116 to 113. All for your winner by unanimous decision. And new WBA Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Anthony the Andy